Dizu watch manager. Habla pagato, mana to, mana. Habilo kai mana los code mana mos. Apakengale.
Good evening, colleagues and friends. Please rise as the platform party makes its way to the stage. Thank you.
Please be seated. Good evening. That's a very quiet, perhaps weakish good evening. Good evening. There you go. Thank you. I thought that you're excited about tonight. I hope you are. Colleagues, students, friends, good evening to you all. My name is Musa Mushabela. I am the Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Town. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this inaugural lecture tonight, featuring our dear Professor Dizu Mzikantu Zungula Plaatjies. He is the head of the African Music Performance at the South African College of Music in our Faculty of Humanities. Allow me to take this moment to welcome the family of Professor Plaatjies. I hear that it is a sizable number present tonight. I'm looking forward to meet you all later. I also want to welcome Professor James May and Mama Mantombi Matodian. Thank you. Let me introduce the ones that need no introduction to you, but I will do it anyway. The platform party. You will recognize our Deputy Vice Chancellor for Transformation, Student Affairs and Social Responsiveness, Professor Elelwane Ramukondo. You will also recognize, thank you. You will also recognize Professor Shose Kesi, the Humanities Faculty Dean. And as you will see tonight, the three generations of talent. Let me introduce Ms. Tawisa Dinga of the South African College of Music. So allow me to dispense with the formalities so that we can get to the interesting parts of tonight. Let me just say that we do these inaugural lectures and we consider them a very special event in the activities of the university because they mark the significant moment of our academics ascending to full professorship. This is, of course, the highest academic rank and one that, as scholars, we all aspire to. So, tonight, it is also one of those nights where we will be marking a big milestone, and we know that appointment and promotion to this rank constitutes a major recognition of stature for the individual who is concerned, and in this case we know who, and the high quality and impact of their work. We also know, and we do not take it for granted, that the process leading up to becoming a professor is a long and arduous one. The criteria is also very demanding, so this makes the attainment of full professorship a very special achievement indeed. Tonight, we will have another inaugural lecture that will give us an opportunity to celebrate the achievement of our special guest tonight. It will also provide us with an opportunity to gain insights into his work in a manner that, of course, will be accessible to all of you and probably quite entertaining. We will begin to understand how they arrived at the point that they have arrived at. I'm looking forward, personally, to learn more and understand more about the career, the journey, the work of Professor Plaatjies as a performer, as an instrument builder, as an educator, as a mentor, and to also gain appreciation of the place of music and that music has created in his life, in his career, but for all of us and across the nation and the continent. I was at the Nelson Mandela School of Governance this morning, and I am reminded of a quote that he said, "The curious beauty of African music is that it uplifts even as it tells a sad tale. You may be poor, you may have only a ramshackle house, you may have lost your job, but that the song gives you hope." You know what they say, when we are happy we sing and dance, when we are sad we sing and dance, when we cry we sing and dance. Tonight, Professor Plaatjies' work of his career will demonstrate the power of music not only to shape his own future, but to encourage us all in our individual journeys. Allow me to hand over the podium to Professor Casey, who will introduce Professor Plaatjies. Thank you very much.
Good evening. The University of Cape Town has been singularly blessed to have Professor Mzikantu Zungula Dizu Plaatjies as one of its distinguished staff members. His achievements are truly outstanding as a musician, founder and band leader of Mpondo and later Ibuyambo, names that bear heritage in their meaning. Dizu's brilliance in African traditional music is locally rooted while internationally flying. With a career spanning over 4 decades, performed in stages across continents, he is truly an ambassador, a treasure, and a torchbearer for future generations. Professor Plaatjies occupies a special place alongside our now beloved ancestor Madosini. They share a clan and a love for this music that they have revived from marginalization. What is especially remarkable about Professor Plaatjies is his ability to craft the instruments he plays and perfectly tune them to bring back the sound of the ancestors while also taking it forward to future generations. His repository is an invaluable archive of traditional musical instruments from Uhadi to Urumbe and other instruments from across Africa that he has continuously shared with us on different stages. The students of the University of Cape Town have benefited tremendously in learning directly at the feet of this musical sage and cultural historian. As Dean of the Humanities Faculty, I could not be prouder of his achievements that are recognized by the government through his Lifetime Achievement Award, and also the people of South Africa and the world with their ululations. Professor Plaatjies heads African music performance at the South African College of Music in the Faculty of Humanities at UCT. He is the son of a traditional healer, had an upbringing in Lusikisiki, a rural part of Mpondo land in the Eastern Cape, which immersed him in Mpondo culture and traditions. His ability to revive, revamp, and communicate old cultural practices and teaching methods has led to countless teaching and performance engagements locally and abroad. This year marks his 32nd anniversary as a member of the UCT staff, and it is also the year that he will retire from the institution. I say this with a smile because this official retirement is only that official, for we know that Professor Plaatjies will keep working because this is a calling for him and his reach is transcendental. Congratulations, Dizu, on your professorship. We thank you and we thank your ancestors for sharing you for this long while. The University of Cape Town will always be your home. Please join me in welcoming Professor Dizu Plaatjies on the stage to deliver his inaugural lecture.
Yo, thank you so much. I'm sure Professor shows she said it all. Do you want to hear more? My dear friends, colleagues, friends, and I'd like to thank you very much. I'm sure in my family, I'm the first to wear this gown. And it's not the last, this is the beginning. Yes. Most people, they don't know exactly where I was born. My dear friends, I was born in District 6. Yes, I know, you won't believe that. I was born in District 6, and we moved to Pondoland with my mother, because my grandfather was ill, so we had to go to Pondoland. And in Pondoland, I learned so many different things from different people. Mama Mantombi comes from Tsolo. Where my father comes from in Tsolo, we were 30 kilometers away to the San people. We lived together. In some ways that you'll be shocked that I've got 50% blood of the San. Yes. That is Dizu that you don't know, now you know. And because we were the closest clan to the sand. In so much that when you look at our instrument, we learn from them. All the instruments that I'm going to be demonstrating to you are the instrument of the sand. It's only that I wanted to acknowledge these people so that we know that there are people who brought the music to us. And yeah, Mpondo is such a beautiful place. You know, my aunts, my mother was a school teacher. And then she was not a proper player or bow player, but my father was a bow player. So I inherited this not only from the surroundings of my village, but from my family. Because Mantombi also is part of our family. This is a woman that also taught me how to play umkhube. And she's the twin of Matosini. You know, twin in this way. All the music that Matosini did, she's the lead singer. All the album that I did of Matosini, she's the lead singer. And I've traveled with her, I'm sure maybe for 40 years, the lengths and depths of the world. And one thing that I'll tell you, she can only say thank you. But in Mpondo Yemveli, oh, yes. Yeah, we've got this mind that you grow up with, which you cannot go to school and get it. It's from where you are, from the village and from your surroundings and people. Yes, now, in Langa, well, Langa is a place where I grew up. I didn't even finish a year. Then my mother had to go to Mpondo. Coming back to Langa, I started a band called Mpondo. And the reason for that was because in South Africa, we didn't hear any of the traditional music. So I was very jealous, saying that, no, I cannot only listen to the British and American music. What about my music in my country? And then I said, you know what? One day I'll be a musician. And I started that band, Mpondo, which I travel lengths and depths and everywhere. And it didn't took us long with Mpondo to be internationally acclaimed. It only took me 4 years. Then after that, we're conquering each and every country. So I like you also to see some of the footage of the things that I've done, especially my performance abroad, where we were performing for Nelson Mandela when he was still in prison, you know, the 70th birthday. I was one amongst the people that were also featured. First time that I met Oliver Tambo, it was on that Wembley Stadium.
So ladies and gentlemen, give them a great welcome, please. Mpondo! We all clap hands and we dance together because this song is a great song for us, and to be here to sing for our greatest leader, ever living, ever so, and ever faithful, Mr. Nelson Mandela. Thank you very much. Wemachola pumantila gwanintile nganga somsiwam. Iyayo wow tile nganga somsiwam. Wemachola yo no. Iyayo wow tile nganga somsiwam. Wemachola yo no. Iyayo wow tile nganga somsiwam.
So you can see, really, I come from a long way, you know, from London to South Africa. Wow. Now, I'd like to just tell you about the mothers, the importance of the mothers in our community and society. Mothers play a very important role in everything. When our fathers go and seek employment in big cities, mothers, they stay behind with the children. And mothers, they are the ones that are making our house warm because of these traditional instruments. And this traditional instrument has been there as long as the Xhosa speaking has ever lived. But here's the history that you should write it down. This instrument, especially the umkhobe, has been around for 70,000 years. You can Google. Yes. Yes. It's only that sometimes we don't know more about the San, because if you remember, if you look at the pygmies and the San are the same. They last met each other 50,000 years ago. I'm so happy to be here, then I can tell people about the history that is not written down. The mothers.
That is why sometimes we decided that we have to also call people from home to come and perform these traditional songs, especially these old traditional African instruments like Mpondo and storytelling. Because now you don't get that kind of music in the market. And if we don't push this kind of African music, the music is going to die. For the sake that we've started this kind of music, we want to go back as far as we can, especially the music that has been played by our forefathers in the olden days.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to introduce another new instrument. This one is called umkhobe. So what I was trying to show you is that umkhube, when it's played, there are so many voices. At times when you don't play umkhube, you sing the voices. There are a lot of multiple entries of the people. As a result, that is why I wanted to show you that clip. Only voices without umkhube. And the leading singer is this mama. My life, you know, I treasure women because I lost my mother at a very early age. You can imagine somebody grew up without a mother. I would like to talk about my mother. I love him so much. What I've done with the instrument umkhube and the bows and so on, I didn't only learn umkhube and uadi from my clan people, no. I went beyond that. I traveled different places that you can't even imagine because I was searching for something that I want to know about all these bows. And I ended up playing a lot of different bows, you know, and I found that most of the music that you are playing comes from the San people. If you really listen, all these mpaqanga that you are playing, if you listen to the early recordings of the San, or you go to them and you listen how they play, that is where it came from. But the problem, you know, sometimes when people are not being acknowledged, my heart split for that because they need to be given an acknowledgement, you know, because lots of people did a lot of research and so on. My research, you will see when I'm with the San people, I go there and I also teach them. Oh, people, you don't know me, but now you know. So with this instrument, we also take the very same umkhube to the Americans, to the Asians, to the Australians, to all different continents of the world. That instrument is known. My supervisor, she once said to me, Dizu, because I said that, no, the person who popularized umkhube is Mantombi. And my supervisor said, Dizu, no. You went first abroad without Mantombi, because Mantombi, we started traveling in 1995, you know, to Japan. Since then, we never stopped. So, because why I'm always saying that? Because the instrument belonged to the women. And that is why I have to give that to the, because we never started the bow, it's only women. So I always like to acknowledge people who started the instrument instead of saying that, you know, it's me. Paul, can you please? I was in Tsumkwe. That is where the first sen comes from, Tsumkwe. Why I could not sit still? The man that is doing the dance is the traditional healer. While I was working with the sen, I had a headache. He just cut a leaf and he put it around my head. Within 2 minutes, the headache was gone. These people, they've got knowledge, let me tell you. These were the first. Tsumkwe, there was the first where the Sen people were found in Tsumkwe. And I did quite a lot of things. Now, if you listen to their singing, there's a bow involved. Each and every song that they do, they sing, they always involve a bow inside, the music. This is one of the saddest stories in my life in Tsumkwe. These two women that you see them performing. The lady this side, was the wife of a chief in Tsumkwe. We organized the show to bring them here in Cape Town so that my student can perform with them. On the way from Tsumkwe to Windhoek, they had an accident. They all died. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The harps that were played by the ladies, inside you can still hear the bow. That's how really they treasure their music in each and everything, because the bow is the main thing. If I can count the instrument that the San people discovered, they're quite a lot. Even today, we don't talk about those things. Even all these sazas and so on, it's by them. This one, some other people, they are claiming also, saying that, no, we started this. No ways. Sen also started this. This is a Chipendano. The Sen people, they play differently. They will play this instrument. Also, you can play with this stick. And make no mistake, with these instruments, I've made money. I don't want to lie. Because some musicians, they don't want to say that. I know I've made money with this instrument. And that is why I'm still playing this instrument, because at least I can feed my children, I can take them to school with these instruments, simple instruments. Ooh, people. So, this is the instrument that the Saint people play. We know that umkhube, before it became umkhube, it was a bow and an arrow, and it later became a traditional instrument. Because after hunting, they want to eat, they want to dance, they want to enjoy themselves. And then they play totally different to the Xhosa-speaking people. Instead of bowing, they strike on the string. Europeans, Asians, when I'm playing this instrument, they all want to touch my hair, to touch my body. You know, they don't believe. You know, hey, I'm telling you, I love playing this instrument, man. It makes me so beautiful, you know, make me so strong, people, really. This one is a chizambe. And when I was in Sumkwe, one old man, he looked at me saying that, you know, I don't understand, we do the hand language, you know, because I cannot understand, because we've got also our own clicks. You've heard the Xhosa clicks. So we've got very strong clicks, and they've got these click with the word tongue. You can hear the difference. So we Xhosa-speaking people, we empower our language with 2,000 words to empower Xhosa. That is why today you've got Isitiko, even Xhosa. It came from the San. We never name ourselves Xhosas. It came from the San people. Yo, I won't stop people. You must just give me 5 days to do this. 40 minutes, it's not enough for me. Hey. Yes, lo ngumrhubhe. The name mrhubhe, it comes from the sound that instrument makes. We never, any instrument that we play, as you know that the very first instrument on earth was a voice. Then we wanted to accompany our voices with the instrument. Because we were not all hunters, but the same were hunters. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how the Xhosa-speaking people play the instrument. Yeah. I don't know, Mama Mantombi, if you didn't teach me this instrument, maybe I would be a dagger boy by now, Hey. No, it's because, sometimes when you play this instrument, when I play this instrument, there's 3 women that taught me how to play this instrument. The first one was Magxarha from Tsolo, and then it was Mantombi Matotian, and then it was my aunt Matosin. With this instrument, even at home, we don't have happy birthday. It's only with this instrument. Hey, you must come home sometime. Then you'll see things. Paul, please. So all these instruments that you see is all handmade. So you can imagine if I'm coming back again and then I can teach the students how to make the instruments so that they can have something for life, not only music. Because in music you cannot make enough money only by playing. 3 months you get the job, 7 months you're out of work. You know, that is music. And making of things, going and teaching, sharing your knowledge, you learn so much from the people. And I always involve young people. Young people are one of my first favorites because I know they are the future. Let's look at world stages. So, why we decided to play the music from Sub-Saharan Africa is because of the African people. We are travelers. We travel almost all over Europe and Asia and America. So this is the music of the people. It's not our music, it's your music. Merci. That is the band Ibuyambo I formed after Mpondo. And we traveled with Ibuyambo and Mpondo, and I was the person, each and every country that I go to, I always write down. And I could not believe I've been to 95 different countries all over. Yes. Because I started traveling when I was 21, you can imagine, you know. But with this music, people, we cannot always play for ourselves and so on. Yes, it's good to play our traditional music, but also it's good to mix with other people. There's a visitor from London, Professor Lenley, that I'm doing the bow electronics with him. Man, I was mesmerized with this professor, what he's doing with the music. When I play a bow, you hear in all the different speakers, and it's gonna be on Saturday, this Saturday here at C7. You know, if you want to experience something new and unusual with the bows, that's the date that you don't have to miss. Also, the outreach. Here at UCT, there is a UCT outreach that we are doing. Kids from the age of 9 up to 18. And we've been doing this for some time. And I'm telling you, kids, when they go out of the township to come to UCT, they imagine themselves that they are the students of UCT and so on and so on. And it's really good that because now we've got to work and find the student a space, because now in the township you don't get all these things that, even though I teach in the townships, but you know, it's always to go teach in the big institute. So with the music, I didn't only end by playing traditional music, I've recorded so many music. Even Long Walk to Freedom of Mandela, I did the music there, you know, in many films. But it's good that, you know, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing for the institute that I'm working with. Because the problem is that wherever I go, people, they will ask, where do you come from? No, I teach at the University of Cape Town. No, I'm asking where you come from. No, I'm coming from Mpondo. But the first thing is where I work. As a result, I attracted many students across the globe, especially in US, because I traveled to 19 different states in US. And when I started working at the University of Cape Town, I'm telling you, I used to have 100 students per semester. So that means it's 200 students per year. And I started that in 1995 before the UCT started the international program. So please clap for me. If you are proud of the institution that you are working with, you know, you've got to be proud also with the people, you know, because really I feel good, man, I'm telling you. I feel very good. And also what I'm doing, all my children at home, they are instrument makers. I've got two students. One is doing a BA law, and the other one is doing African music, is sitting right there. Yes. He's an instrument maker. Most of the instruments here, we make them together, you know, harps and everything. He's a master. That is why I sent him here to the college so that, you know, he can get the knowledge out of the college, and then after, he can tour the world just like me. A bow, there's so many things that I can talk about bow. If you look at this man, these people, when we were doing the research, they will make the instrument now. But when I went to Tsongwe, there was nothing. All the people, they were hiding their instrument up until I started to show them my instrument and teaching young children and so on. Oh, there was a young boy who just came to me going, without no clothes coming to me. He hugged me. Ever since, I've done that for 4 years. You can imagine in Somkwe, people were drinking and so on and so on. And I was just like saying, oh my God, these are the early people. These are the people who started all these bows. Then I had to share my experience of these bows that I've learned from other people back to them. If you go to Tsumkwe today, it's a different place, especially with music. So if I can manage to change, not to change, but to uplift the music of the people that was slowly dying, the Sen, what about us? What about the townships? People, music is power. Music is power. It's only that more of the money goes to soccers and so on, but if money could go to music, we can change a lot of provinces in this country. Enkosi.
Kwanye awufuna uculela umama bami abuthisha ngicula ingoma loba uvuka noba ndilele ntombazana ndiyacela khawucula ivuka noba ndilele ucula ivuka noba ndilele yo nako lelo ngamba lapha mntwana fuani nabalele
That is why I will never get old, I'm telling you. I will never get old. So, that's Mama Mantombi Matutiane, Ngumangwanya Kakenge Bakapasha Kutsolo. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, a bow is a spiritual instrument. We learn so many things from the bow. My aunt Matosini, when she started playing a bow, she thought that I will never play a bow because I'll watch her for 5 months. I said, no, I don't want to touch the bow, just play. And when I touched the bow and so on, she said, hey, Dosini Kwashagere, that means Dosini, you are dangerous. Because she never thought or knew that I can play a bow. Now, I would like to play a bow in remember of my aunt. I know most people, they don't know Matosin, that is my aunt. I brought her here in Cape Town. I recorded her. I took her to world stages. If you look at the pictures, when you go to those pictures, my father had to give Matosin all her traditional beads. And I had to make that umpacho for her. Yo, I've got many talents. Yo.
Yeah.
That was my journey. That was my journey. And I'm doing this in memory of my aunt so that the spirit of her must live upon us forever. Thank you very much. And I don't know what to say more than just look at you beautiful people. This is the music of the people. This is the music that heals the people. Most of us were healed by this music. In some parts of where I come from, the instrument that we just finished playing, it helps people to know exactly whether their babies are moving from the stomach or not. It's not just an instrument that you see us playing. It's an instrument that was played with no money, but mothers, before we go to bed, they would play that instrument for us. As you know, in many different nation people, you read books before your child goes to bed, but amongst other African people, we play an instrument. And even while we are still in the womb of our mothers, they would play the bow. That is why we are born with so many different rhythms that come from that instrument. So now, this instrument, I call it a gynecologic instrument. Because in the rural areas, imagine there's no gynecologist. How would you know that your baby is moving or not? It's only with that instrument. There's a special rondavel which you are going to be taken. They will undress only women. No man is supposed to come near that. They will play the instrument. The first note that they will play in your stomach, within a second, a child will start kicking. So you don't have to travel far to go and look for gynecologists. So that is why these instruments were not just meant for us to play for money. No, they were not for money. It was for pleasure and the happiness of the African people. Oh, Sister Shozi, thank you so much. Prof, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My dear friends, thanks to you all. I love you. And you know it's not the last. I'm going to come back again on the stage, but differently. God bless you. Thank you.
Service.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable guests, esteemed faculty members, fellow students, and friends. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you today at this prestigious UCT Inaugural Lecture Series. I am deeply grateful for this opportunity to deliver a vote of thanks on behalf of the student body, especially on behalf of myself, to the lecturer who has not only imparted knowledge, but has also profoundly shaped my musical journey and career, inspiring me to reach new heights in my musical pursuits. Tonight, we have gathered to celebrate a remarkable individual whose unwavering dedication to the study, preservation, and innovation of African indigenous instruments has inspired many of us. Professor Plaatjies, your passion for African music and culture is evident in our academic achievements. and how you engage with your students and a wider community. Your enthusiasm and commitment are infectious, motivating us to explore African music's rich and diverse heritage. As a master's student, I've had the privilege of learning under your guidance. Your teachings have not just educated me, but they have transformed my understanding and appreciation of African indigenous instruments. You have shown us that music is not just about sound, but about identity, history, and connection, inspiring us to delve deeper into the cultural significance of these instruments. Your mentorship has been valuable in my journey with African indigenous instruments. I have found my voice and place in the music world through your encouragement. You have equipped me with technical skills and instilled in me a sense of purpose and responsibility to contribute to the preservation and evolution of our musical heritage. Your support has given me the confidence to pursue my dreams and believe that through music we can bridge cultural divides and build a more inclusive and understanding society. I would also like to acknowledge your tireless efforts in your research and community engagement. Your work goes beyond the lecture halls, reaching into communities, connecting with cultural custodians, and bridging the rich traditions of African music to the global stage. You are not only a scholar, but a true ambassador of African music and culture. And for this, we are deeply grateful. As we celebrate your achievements and contributions tonight, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to you. Thank you, Professor Plaatjies, for being a source of inspiration, for your unwavering commitment to excellence, and for nurturing the next generation of musicians and scholars. Your impact on our lives and music will resonate for years. To conclude, I would like to say that we, your students, are incredibly fortunate to have you as our mentor. Your dedication and passion for African indigenous music has left an indelible mark on our hearts and minds. We look forward to continuing this journey with you, learning, growing, and making a meaningful impact together. Thank you.
Professor Plaatjies, once again, many congratulations to you. Mama Mantom, siyabulela mama. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've got intergenerational exchange right in front of us that we've managed to witness. Sister, you and the young Mr. Plaatjies, or is it Professor Plaatjies in the future? We are looking forward to seeing what your generation is going to bring to Cape Town to the Western Cape, the Eastern Cape, to South Africa, and to the continent and the world. We're very much looking forward to that. No pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our proceedings for tonight. I'd like to invite you to join us outside in the foyer for refreshments, and ask you to allow the platform party to exit. Thank you very much.
Listen to the people's liberation in Jebo. Wema mainde lendlela. Wema